Hi there, this is me doing my What I wore this month. I tend to watch a lot of these videos on YouTube and I thought I'd have a go myself. I always find it really quite interesting to see what shops people favour, how many cloth pads people use, and any that they've made themselves as well, because I do like sewing myself, so there are a few in the picture here that I've made myself. Just to give a little bit of background, I've been on hormonal birth control since I was about 15 and a half and I'm now 22. I recently changed that and got the copper IUD. And as part of that, I was told that I would probably have a heavier cycle than I did already, and more cramps and things like that. And so this was my first cycle after having the IUD placed. I seem to have, when I am regular, prior to getting the IUD, my average was sort of about 31 days. And as soon as I got the IUD taken out, it was 31 days from one period to the next. So I was quite pleased with that. And also, I made and purchased a few heavy pads as well, expecting that I would need them. And I didn't. I would consider the period that I had at the end of March to be a very, very healthy period, probably one of the healthiest I've had. There were more cramps, but if you'd like to know more information about that, perhaps let me know. So I'll get into it. Okay, so I'm going to do this in order of absorbencies. I unfortunately can't remember exactly what I wore on each day, otherwise I probably would have done it like that. But this is just a little light from Ladies' Days cloth pads, and it's cotton jersey top and fleece backed. This is another light, and this is from Lunar Landings. It's cotton topped and fleece backed. This is a 9-inch moderate from Mummy Cool. I think I'm saying that right. No, it's cotton topped and it's fleece backed, and this is one of her budget pads. She offers like a budget set that you can get, and you'll see another one of those coming up. Onto my moderates. I bought this, which is from Eco Dreams, and it's their sport pad, and you can get it in a couple of different colours, and I really, really like the yellow. I just thought it was bright and summery. So it's a athletic wicking jersey topper, and it's got a fleece back, but it's also got a hidden layer of PUL in. Again, I got the PUL in it because I thought I might need it, potentially with being heavy, but actually I would be perfectly fine without it. It was quite comfy to wear. It did slip a little bit, I found, but I perhaps need to, the next time I use it, think more about the type of underwear that I'm wearing with this one. This is a 10-inch moderate, and this is another one by Lady Days, and it's a cotton top and it's fleece backed. This is a 9-inch moderate patchwork pad, and this is from Amber Cozy, or Cause Art. She calls herself Am Cozy on YouTube, and her shop is Little Sisters Textiles. And this was, I think, possibly from the first stocking she did before she got into Facebook, and I saw it and I just had to have it, and I just think the placement of this is just so cute, and I really, really do like the shape of this one. This next one is a County Cloth Creations pad, and this is cotton topped and it's fleece backed. I really do like this style because it's got the serged edges. I tend to find that when I'm at work, it's a lot slimmer, it's a lot less noticeable, it sort of forms to your body a little bit better. Some of the pads sort of all of a sudden end, whereas I don't feel like this one is as noticeable. I've got a few with these actually, but I only wore this one this cycle. Since I've been using cloth pads, which will be coming up a year soon, I've actually learned that I'm a front bleeder, so I tend to sort of bleed in this area. And whenever I've bought symmetrical pads, I've always bought 10 inches for day wear, because it's what I've felt would give me the most coverage. And it's actually also from Amber that I discovered and started to think about the idea of an asymmetrical pad. So this is one that I made myself. It's a cotton top, and I've got a layer of Zorb and a layer of flannel on the underside of the Zorb, and this is just an anti-pill fleece. And I did enjoy wearing this and it worked really well, so I'll definitely have to knock some more up. This is another one that I made myself quite a while ago when I was sort of first starting to make my cloth pads, and I was getting pretty frustrated with turning and top stitching. They just weren't coming out very well, so I decided to try the idea of sort of zigzagging the zigzagging it on and actually not sewing the fleece at all. And it's not a bad idea, I suppose. I got the inspiration for the shape from this. I did wear it, you know, it held up perfectly well. Again, this is a layer of Zorb, and I've got like an orange snap for it being moderate so that I remember myself what they are. And then this, I love this pad, and I think it's Lazy Creek Boutique that I got this from, and I saw this again at another YouTuber had a pad in this, but I think it was an 8-inch, so there was only one of the sort of mammoth prints on it, and I asked for a 10-inch. Again, it's a moderate. This is a minky top, and I just think it is so cute. It's just absolutely gorgeous, and I really like the shape. And she also does this really pretty car stitching, and she puts the letters on the back, and this is a lovely quality fleece. I'm not 100% sure if it's WinPro or Anti-Pill or whatever. I tend not to remember that sort of thing. Perhaps I'll improve. But yes, so I wore that. Now for my heavies. As I was saying, I was expecting my period to be heavy, so I sort of was cautiously wearing them when I perhaps didn't really need to. So I would sort of start off wearing one each day to see if that day my flow was going to increase. This is another one that I've made myself, an asymmetrical. This is cotton topped. It's got 2 layers of Zorb and I think it's 2 layers of flannel in it. And I bought some PUL quite a while ago, and I really struggled to sew it. And I stumbled across the idea of using tissue paper, and it worked really well. So this is a cotton top, as I say, and it's also a cotton back, but there is a layer of PUL in there. It's not gone perfectly, as you can see, but it's a perfectly functional pad. It's certainly, you know, a little bit on the thicker side, but I don't think it's terribly thick for a heavy. And if I need it this much absorbency, it's great. This is a 10-inch again that I've made myself. I just like the print. And I've got like the sort of equal flare. This is probably one of my first patterns that I made. It's quite narrow, which I actually like. I tend to favour the narrower pads. That don't work for everybody. So this is just a cotton top. This will have one layer of, oh no, it's got 2 layers of Zorb in it, and it's got an anti-pill fleece back. This is, again, another heavy. This is a suede top cloth. Suede cloth, that's what it's called. And it's in this lovely purple colour, and I really like this. Again, this is an asymmetrical style, and I did it in the 10 inches because I wasn't 100% sure whether I could lose an inch with it being asymmetrical or not. And I also thought, well, if my period's going to be heavy, I might need that extra, so it's perhaps not too clever to sort of play with that too much until I know exactly where I am. I've decided to put purple matching star on that one. I mean, you can see I used white, but you know, as I say, it's for me, and it's not 100% perfect, but I really enjoyed this. And I must say the fabric is fantastic in terms of stay dry. I would sort of almost argue that it's better than the Wicken jersey. And again, I've got an anti-pill fleece back there, and I've put a red on there so that I remember that it's heavy. And then again, this is like a cotton flannel top. It'll have 2 layers of Zorb in it, and it's got the black anti-pill fleece. Again, this is me trying to sort of make something myself of this style, but I don't have a serger. But this was okay. I mean, due to the way I've done that, it bunches up a little bit, but as I say, it's perfectly usable. It feels quite chunky, this, and I did wear it to work one day, and I certainly felt it wasn't as it was more obvious sort of thing. So it's probably one now that I would wear when I'm at home or on a weekend or something like that, when I'm not so bothered. And now onto my overnights. I used 4 overnights this period. So this is an 11-inch mummy cool that I talked about. So as you can see, this is an asymmetric design with more coverage at the back. And again, it was a budget pad, and it's sort of got the main bulk of the car along here. So it's a cotton top and a fleece back. Again, I don't know what fleece it is, but it's really good this. It's really comfortable. I really like it for when I'm going to go downstairs and sit on the sofa and just relax, and I don't worry about the extra coverage. And if I'm like, I haven't like fully started, then this is more than enough protection for me, I've found. Next, I've got this green Precious Stars. This is like an overnight / postpartum, I think. This is PUL, and I can't remember what the top is. No, I can't remember. But I do have a slight discoloration on this. I have struggled to keep this clean, but it's getting cleaner the more I stain treat it, so you never know. One day it might be white. And then this is the very first overnight that I ever made myself. And again, this is very narrow from the pattern. I sort of never really thought about seam allowance, but it does work perfectly fine for me. I've never had any issues with leaking off it or anything like that, and I think it's about 14 inches. And it's just a cotton top, and this is, it's not anti-pill this, it's just a cheap fleece, which is the first lot of fleece that I bought myself. And there is 2 layers of Zorb in this, so there's one layer that goes from there to there, and then I've put an extra layer in for where I will need it most. And lastly, this is one of my most recent overnights that I made. This is a cotton jersey top and fleece back. Again, this isn't anti-pill, I was just trying to use this up, but this was fantastic, so comfy and tons of security. Yeah, so that's what I wore this month. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed it, please like it so that I know to do it again. Thanks.